Tiger fans, just the one official change for this week's game against the Kangaroos. James Trezise is out and Kaleb Smith is in. Now, I know a lot of people have been a little bit confused as to why Trezise might be out, and he hasn't done a lot wrong, I don't think, to be fair. It could just be a case of wanting to get him some more game time minutes after being sub a couple of times. We tend to do that quite a bit. There's a bit of a pattern there. If someone's sub twice, they'll then play a full game in the VFL. So I think that's pretty much all there is to it. But Kaleb Smith coming in, I don't mind it. I feel like the sub role is going to be out of Kaleb Smith and Thompson Dow. Probably lean towards Kaleb Smith if I'm having to pick one. But he provides good run. He's daring. He's got good speed. He's getting the ball 25, 30 times in the VFL. And I know not all kicks are hitting targets there, but he's having a crack and trying to make things happen, which I like and I appreciate. So when he comes onto the ground and gets his chance, I just want him to try and take the game on. I think he'll probably play in the back half. Or maybe he spends a bit of time on the wing potentially. I'm not too sure what the ultimate plan will be. But yeah, I like Smith, and I think this is another chance for him to sort of show that he's got what it takes to play at AFL level, albeit it may not be for an extended period. But I think he's got to take the opportunity with both hands nonetheless. So the interesting one still for me is Jaden Short. Obviously didn't come back in because of the knee soreness, so nothing form related there as such. But we now get a second week in a row looking at how the team functions without Jaden Short, and I don't mean that in a disparaging way, but Sam Banks really stepped up last week and had the 600 plus metres gained, 28 odd disposals, probably his best career game for the club. Named at halfback again. It's going to be really, really interesting to see if he can back it up and do it again, because if Sam Banks performs at a really good level again off halfback and provides the drive and the running carry that we desperately need, then maybe it makes it a bit more difficult for Jaden Short to get back into the side. And maybe he's got to reinvent himself, and maybe we'll get a bit more out of him when he comes back in. I think it's a good thing when players start to feel their spot's not safe. Like, you don't want to be complacent. You don't want to have a cushy ride, even as an experienced player. I think it's good when players are kept on their toes. And we're getting to a point now where our VFL side's starting to become a bit more stacked. We've got names coming back left, right, and centre. And there's now competition for spots. And it's, even though we've only won 3 games, like we've mentioned before, we are going to have some serious selection headaches in the coming weeks in a really, really good way. You've got Juddy Clark snapping at the heels. Lafau's going to be bashing the door down in a few weeks. Jasper Alga, my man, still hasn't been able to crack in the senior side, even though I think he's really, really close. His emergency again. Trezise, we know he's got AFL qualities and can play AFL football, so he'll undoubtedly be back very, very soon. Campbell Gray, another emergency. Again, only played the 1 game, but has showed he can play at the level. It's promising signs in a lot of different ways, so exciting on that front. But again, this week against North Melbourne, it's a massive opportunity. In a lot of ways, it's a bit of a free hit. The pressure is well and truly on the Kangaroos to perform in this game. And I'm kind of hoping if we can get a bit of a jump on them with scoreboard pressure, we might be able to crack them a little bit. So the Kangaroos have gone in unchanged, which I'm a little bit surprised at. I thought they might have made 1 or 2 changes. I thought they might have either brought in a tall who can play both ends to stretch us on both parts of the ground. Because I do think we have a slight height advantage, maybe depending on matchups in our forward line, albeit some of our tools are inexperienced. But I'm hoping that we can keep Combin, Pink, Core accountable, and that way our smalls can get to work. So, and then there's the Sheasel factor and the Caleb Daniel factor off halfback. Being able to shut down one of those guys is going to be vital as well. But yeah, massive game coming up on Sunday. Kaleb Smith back into the side. Keen to see what he does. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think the sub's going to be? And would you have made any other changes? Are you happy with the lineup? Personally, I'm wrapped that we've still gone with the Fall, Lynch, and Sims forward combo. I think the 3 tools works really well. I just feel like we just have that extra aerial presence when the ball gets kicked in the air. And as you all know, we traditionally just bomb the ball in high. We didn't so much last week, funnily enough. But having that extra tool there and all 3 of them being ultra competitive really helps in that sense. So I think that's the right balance. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But yeah, let us know in the comments below what do you think of the team. Again, Camden McIntosh, 200 games, absolute legend. Love his work, and I'm glad he's going to take his mandatory wing spot for his 200th game. And I can't wait to see all the headbands in the crowd. Until then, go Tigers.